can we crowbar that in some place? Anyway, every year, children with intellectual disabilities or autism spectrum disorders are given what's called July provision, essentially extra schooling during the summer months. But this doesn't include children with Down syndrome, a position Down Syndrome Ireland has been trying to get the government to alter for years. On the line is Liz Mulry. Her little boy, Cian, is one of the 1,000 or so school-going kids with Down syndrome who can't get July provision. Afternoon, Liz.
Hi, Sean. Thanks very much. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to highlight this issue.
Now, I suppose the issue for Cian is that he would finish school, and then when he goes back to school, would it be a kind of a situation, if he's had no schooling in the intervening time, that he has to catch up again?
Exactly. Yes, exactly. So we just find as parents, like the 8 to 10 week gap in the summer is very long. Children with Down syndrome don't reach the criteria to obtain July provision unless the child has a severe or profound learning disability. So it is proven that children with Down syndrome have short-term memories. So an 8 to 10 week gap is just way too long. And as parents, I suppose we fear they'll regress academically and socially, and just we'll find it a lot more difficult to settle back in September.
Now, and I suppose it's the nature of the learning difficulty seems to be the way the government is parsing out who gets help and who doesn't. Mild to moderate isn't bad enough for them.
Exactly, yeah, and that's for children with Down syndrome. Now, children with autism, no matter where they are in the spectrum, they receive July provision, which is brilliant, and we certainly don't begrudge any child getting July provision, but as parents of children with Down syndrome, we just feel we're being discriminated against, and that why is it one rule for one group of kids, and our kids just can't reach the criteria to avail of it?
Yeah. And at the moment, obviously, Cian can't get it, so you are paying for a private tutor.
So we pay for a girl, Emma, who's been working with Cian since preschool, who's fantastic, and she works with him twice a week, that we pay privately. Now, we are very involved with the local branch of Down Syndrome Ireland, and we're aware that Down Syndrome Ireland have been campaigning for years and years on this issue, Our branch, at the moment, we subsidise parents to pay for tuition in the summertime, but we can't subsidise all of it as a branch. So basically, the parents end up forking because they feel if you don't do it, the child will regress.
Yeah.
All research is showing that the child will regress.
And so of course, not everyone can afford to do that.
Exactly, yeah. It took Cian as just junior infants done, and it took him a good few weeks to settle in school. Now, Cian attends mainstream school. He attends St. Coleman's Wood here in Roscommon Town, and they have been fantastic. Both teachers, principals, his S&A mark, other parents, peers, they've been fantastic. But that 8 to 10 week gap, when Cian goes back in September, if we didn't intervene, he could be back at square one again, having to relearn what he has learned. It's very frustrating as parents because you just feel every obstacle we've come to get support for Cian, we've had to fight, like other parents. We have to fight for everything. Have
you tried to get July provision, and if so, what was the response? Did they give a reason?
He doesn't. So there is a criteria when you apply. So the criteria for a child with DS is they have to have a severe to profound learning difficulty. So we're not even eligible to apply, because he doesn't fall into that category. And it is the July provision provides 10 hours of tuition a week for the month of July. That is a lot of tuition that our kids are missing out on. And at the moment, there's over 1,000 school-going children with DS that fall into that category.
And really, if you take into account a national budget or an education budget, that would be a tiny amount of money for 1,000 kids.
And the thing is, the more each child can reach their potential, and as they grow up, they're more likely to be more independent if they get the input from their kids. So what they invest at this stage, will benefit when they reach adulthood. And, that's our goal, that every child has the right to reach their potential, whatever that may be.
There was a High Court case, though, was there not, Liz? And what happened there?
Yeah, there was 3 cases taken privately by different families, and there was an undisclosed settlement made with the department. Look, and that's fantastic for those families. But I mean, does every family who has a child with DS have to go to the High Court to solve this issue? It is inequitable. It is discriminatory. It's very frustrating as parents. We have other children as well that need our time and attention, and you just feel you're constantly fighting. We've had lots of arguments down through the years with the government for different things, and this is another battle now but I'm determined to fight this, as are other families.
Indeed. Liz, thanks a million for speaking with us today, and best of luck to you and to Cian, of course, as well. That's Liz Mulry there, Cian's mum. We're going to take a break after that, so you think you're an adult.